Welcome to Talking Crue, an official Motley Crue podcast. I'm your host, Kevin Humphrey, where I talk everything in the world of Motley Crue. This is episode 2 this week, Motley Crue Def Leppard show review. This week in Motley news, Vince has said in an interview that the band is already planning out a 2024 stadium tour. A fan asked Nikki, which band would you like to tour with? And he said Guns N' Roses, and that they would destroy the world. And yeah, they would. Especially on a stadium tour, that would be insane. So that kind of got me wondering, um, if not Guns, then who? Me personally, I would rather them do a headlining tour of their own in stadiums and then pick a bunch of other bands like Stephen Percy of Rat or LA Guns or somebody like that. Lita Ford would be a great fit. But yeah, so if you have any ideas or whatever thoughts in your head, write me a comment down below. Hopefully by the end of the year, they'll let us know by then. Also, Motley Crue and Def Leppard were on the TV show 60 Minutes in Australia. Interview with both bands. It was actually really good. I really enjoyed it a lot. In fact, I'll post a link in the comments section down below or I should say, the Talking Crue Facebook page. If you don't know about that, join that as well. And so, also, Vince played a solo show in York, Pennsylvania, along with Quiet Riot and Stephen Percy, who I just mentioned a while ago. Stephen Percy is the former singer of the band Rat, and he plays a lot of Rat and Roll. What's really cool about this show was Vince pulled out an old hit song from his solo career, You're Invited But Your Friend Can't Come, which is on his first solo album, Exposed, and it's also on the soundtrack for the movie Encino Man that starred Pauly Shore and Brandon Fraser. Great movie. Check out that movie if you've never seen it. And Motley Crue announced yesterday that they will release for the 40th anniversary for the album Shout at the Devil a box set. The box set contains the remastered album on yellow and orange vinyl. It also has a cassette version, a CD version of the band of this album. Shout out the demos on vinyl as well, and it's in red and white. The two singles off the album, Looks That Kill and Too Young to Fall in Love, will each have their own vinyl. A bandana, tarot cards, a devil bleeding candle, which actually really kind of cool looking. I'm kind of scared though, but but that's me. And two Luthero art prints. And that's it. Motley news. This week is episode 2, the Motley Crue Def Leppard show review. On this week's episode, I thought I'd do a show review of the co-headlining stadium tour. In fact, the tour is fixing to kick right back up here I think it's next weekend. I'll talk about the set list, the stage, how they do this tour is both bands are playing an hour and a half, so they each have the same amount of time. They flip-flop or alternate who closes the show. So one night Motley will close the show, the next night Def Leppard will close the show. So I think that's fair. I think that's awesome. So you never know who you're going to get last. Let's see. So on this show, I just kind of randomly picked one. I typed in Motley Crue Live 2023, and I came across this show that was a full show, and I clicked on it and did a review on it. And there is a ton of shows out there of this stadium tour, and I thank everybody who posted one. That's awesome. I love it. So I came across this one. This one is from Lima, Peru. on February 28, 2023. This is when they played there at San Marcos Stadium. So let's talk about the stage. Um, Big video screens back behind Tommy's drum kit. There's spikes looking things all around the stage. They actually light up during certain songs. There's two backup singers and slash dancers. They call the Nasty Habits. There's tons and tons of light. Whoever did the lighting for this did an amazing job. There's two hanging mics on the main stage that hang upside down, and they're for John 5 and Nikki, so there's one on each side. There's steps that actually light up. Looks like fluorescent lights. Sorry, there's my notes. And even steps going up to Tommy Lee and his drum kit. There's two microphones on the very far side of the stage, so they're close to the fans on those sides. Plus, on the catwalk or walkway in the middle of the stage, that kind of goes, looks like 5 or 6 rows deep. There's two microphones on each corner of that for John and Nikki as well. Plus, there's lasers. There's a lot of lasers and really cool lasers. They change colors and all kinds of stuff. And I was trying to think the last time that, right off the top of my head, that Motley used lasers was the 89-90 Dr. Feelgood tour. So it's been a while since they've used lasers. So it was actually cool to see. So let's get on with it. So here comes the set list. So first, there's some classical music starts playing. It's a Mozart song that starts playing, and then an emergency broadcasting alert comes on the video screens, and says breaking news. It shows people marching and protesting in the streets. They want Motley Crue to come back and do a tour, and it's actually really funny. It's really very Motley-ish. Their sense of humor. And then on the video screen it says the future is ours, and then the lights come on and the band's already on stage. They kick off with the song Wild Side, which is off of Girls, Girls, Girls. Such a great song to kick off the show. It kicks major butt. It sounds great. It sounds really good. The interaction, I just want to take real pause for a second. The interaction between Nikki and John 5 is so funny. It's really cool to see. So then song number 2, they go into Shout at the Devil, the 1997 version, which is off of Generation Swine. I love this version. I know a lot of people hate this version. I absolutely love it. I think it's a good kick in the butt on this song. Plus the drumming that Tommy does in the song is just amazing, especially towards the end. This is where the spikes kind of light up, and there's a little hint of them playing Led Zeppelin's Immigrant song towards the end. It's really kind of cool. Then they go into song number 3, and that's Too Fast for Love off the Too Fast for Love album. Vince, before they go into the song, Vince welcomes the crowd, and then they launch right into it. Another fantastic song, especially live. Great band energy. That's where I was talking about the Nikki and John 5. Then they go into song number 4, and that is Don't Go Away, Mad, Just Go Away. Off the Dr. Feelgood album. Vince gets the guitar, and again, one of my all-time favorite songs on the album live. It don't matter. It sounds so good. Nikki gets the crowd going towards I guess it's a bridge, and Nikki's got his fist pumping in the air, and the crowd's going along with him. Really great to see. Song number 5 is Saints of Los Angeles off of the album Saints of Los Angeles. A big crowd reaction on this. Um, the band sounds fantastic on this song. Another favorite of mine. This is where the lasers kind of come in. And then they go into song number 6, and that is Live Wire. That is the song that started it all, uh, off the Too Fast for Love album. John 5 has this awesome looking guitar. It actually lights up. Uh, really amazing. Absolutely amazing song. Then, Now, Forever. It's that good. Crowd's really into it. It's awesome to see. Lasers on this one as well. The guitar that John did or uses, it reminds me of Ace Frehley's 1979 Les Paul, although it's not a Les Paul. Uh, but yeah, that's what it reminded me of, and I know John Five's a huge Kiss fan, and in fact, me and him had a little conversation once on Twitter about Kiss. So yeah, so I'm actually really cool. Yes, I want the original band, but it's great to see that they picked out a great guitar player, and he's a fan of the band as well. So yeah, kudos, John Five. Song number 7 is "Looks That Kill." This comes off the Shout at the Devil album. Awesome song live, uh, just incredible, classic. It's hands down, it's a classic. Song number 8 is called "The Dirt," and it comes off the Dirt soundtrack of the movie. Great song live, great crowd reaction. I really like this song live. They actually do have Machine Gun Kelly do the rap part. The band's still playing, but they kind of, I'm not sure if he's on the video screen or not, because whoever filmed this didn't show the video screen. So if you've seen this show and could tell me, is Machine Gun Kelly on the video screen, let me know. Let me know, write me a comment. But it doesn't ruin the song. It doesn't take away from the song. The band just kind of keeps playing. Vince kind of turns around, and that's why I'm thinking he's on the video screen. I don't know. But yeah, great song. Then Vince introduces uh, Nikki Sixx, and Nikki comes out with a Peru flag, and then he invites 2 fans on stage, gives them a hug, and then he thanks all the fans, and then he does an intro, says this is our new friend, the Wizard. You guys call him John 5. And then John does a amazing guitar solo. It's not too long, but it's just right. It's really good. And then after his solo ends, he kind of introduces, I'm calling it a rock medley. So that's song number 9. So they go into that and then it goes, and then Vince says, "Let me tell you about," and then they go right into "Smoking in the Boys' Room." So they play a little bit of that, and then they stop and go into the Beatles' "Helter Skelter," which is on their "Shout at the Devil" album. Then they go right into "Anarchy in the UK," which is a Sex Pistols song, which is on Decadence. And then they do a Ramones song, "Blitzkrieg Bop." I love that song. They got the whole crowd doing that. Hey, oh, let's go. That's fantastic. It's really cool. I enjoyed it a lot. It's so good. Just find that part on YouTube and watch that. That's great. Then after that song, Tommy comes down from his drum kit and goes down the catwalk or walkway, whatever you want to call it, in the middle of the stage, and that goes out that little ramp. He greets the crowd and then he says, "Do you mind if I play piano?" Because now all of a sudden there's a piano there. And then as he's playing, the rest of the band kind of comes up and joins him. And of course, you probably already guessed it, song number 10 is "Home Sweet Home." Outstanding. Love, 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 love this song live, especially this version of what they do. It's freaking awesome. If you don't know what I'm talking about, usually they played it like on the album. Um, but since I want to say the Saints of Los Angeles tour, um, they do this where it's just Tommy on piano and Vince singing, and pretty much go through the whole first verse and the chorus, and then have the fans sing "Home Sweet Home." Then Tommy runs to the drum kit, and then the band kicks in, and that's the way they've been doing it since. And I just love it. I think it's great. It's absolutely great. So then after that, also in this show, Vince has a hard time hearing himself on his little. I'm not. I can't think of what it's called. That little box that they put in the back of their pants, the earpiece. So he actually kind of walks off the stage towards the end of Home Sweet Home, I guess, to change it out. Then the band kicks in song number 11. That's Dr. Feelgood off of Dr. Feelgood. I meant to say Home Sweet Home came off of Theater of Pain. Lasers, the lights are greenish blue. Such a fantastic song. And then after the song, Vince introduces the Nasty Habits, the two girl backup singers slash dancers. And then one of them hands him a guitar. And then song number 12 is Same Old Situation off of the Dr. Feelgood. Amazing song live, doesn't get old, great crowd reaction, absolutely fantastic. Then song number 13 is Girls, Girls, Girls off the title album. Absolutely fantastic. They have these like balloon, I think, yeah, they're balloons of girls, two of them, one on each side of the stage. And they're kind of in chrome and really cool looking. Uh, kind of like it reminded me of like the Rolling Stones used to do it. AC/DC would do it with that song "Whole Lot of Rosie." Uh, yeah, and the chrome balloon girls, they kind of look like the album cover from 6AM's Modern Vintage album cover. That's kind of what they look like. Fantastic song. Kicks so much butt. Love Girls, Girls, Girls song. It's very fun. And then they go into song number 14, and that is Primal Scream off a Decade of Decadence. Nikki gets this one going. Amazing song as always, especially live. Gets the crowd really going and singing along. Then song number 15 is Kickstart My Heart, which is off the Dr. Feelgood. Freaking awesome live. Love this song. It's so good. You'll hear me say that a lot. It's so good. Then the band comes down to the main catwalk. It takes a bow and they say goodnight. And that's the end of the show. Now, for Def Leppard, now again, I'm not going to go detail on this. I'm just going to tell you the set list of what they've been playing. They take What You Want is the first song, which is off the new Diamond Star Halo album, which if you don't have it, you need to get it. This album is really good. Then song number 2, Let's Get Rock. Song number 3, Animal. Song number 4, Foolin'. Song number 5, Armageddon It. I love that song. Song number 6, Kick. Song number 7, Love Bites. Song number 8, Promises. That's another great song. That's almost like a hidden gem. Song number 9, and this song number 9 and number 10, they do acoustic, so they kind of break down and go acoustic. This guitar, which is on Diamond Star Halo. And then song number 10 is When Love and Hate Collide. Absolutely, that's easily top 10 favorite Def Leppard songs. Then they come back electric and do Rocket. Song number 12, Bringing On the Heartbreak. Song number 13 is kind of when Joe Elliott gets a little breather. They do Switch 625. I love that, especially Rick Allen's drum solo towards the end. Song number 14 is Hysteria. Sorry, there's something wrong with my camera there. Hysteria. Song number 15, How can they not play this? Pour Some Sugar on Me. Song number 16 is Rock of Ages. Song number 17, of course, is Photograph. That's how they always end their shows. And homework this week. So, have you been to any of these stadium shows? Let me know. Write me a comment down below. Are you planning on going to one of these stadium shows? They do have 6 shows here in the United States. Then they go to Japan, and then they go to Australia. So if you're planning on going, write me a comment down below. Let me know where you're going. And that's it for this week's episode. It's kind of long, I'm sorry. Next week is episode 3. Like Tommy Lee says in the Kickstart My Heart video, we're going to start where it all began. Too Fast for Love, the first album, the debut album. We're going to talk about that next week, go track by track, plus how the band came together. That's it for this week. If you know anybody that's a Motley Crue fan, likes to talk about Motley Crue, listen about Motley Crue. Easy for me to say, but getting tongue-tied. Give them the link. Tell them go on Google, Firefox, YouTube, Facebook, and type in Talking Crue. Everything will pop up. Also, don't you forget to like and subscribe and give me a thumbs up. That actually helps out my podcast. And I'll see you guys next Friday. I'm going to start doing episodes on Friday. The weeks are usually a little bit busy, Monday through Thursday. So Fridays is the good thing. So I'll see you guys next Friday. And you just took a ride on the wild side.